closer on this. Okay, so good evening, everyone. I just kind of got home. Anyway, been all over the place. Been out west. Went down to Illinois. Went up to Wisconsin. Now I'm back here in Battle Creek. I get ready to take off. So good evening. Good evening. Hopefully everyone could hear me very well. I'll talk a little loud. Anyway, today's video, as you can see, it's about ARCADE1UP. I am not a fan of ARCADE1UP. I am just sitting here calling the plays as I see it. As I will probably give you some really good information on what games you could expect to come out. I got my notes right here. New licenses, nothing really major. I'm hoping that they come up with more licenses. As you saw in my shorts, I happened to find brand new countercades by ARCADE1UP. They're bigger. They're kind of like my size of my Donkey Kong. They're much bigger. It's in my shorts. It's at Walmart. They're a lot bigger than the old countercades there. Now, I didn't test it too much at Walmart's, but the joysticks do feel a little bit more firm. They could have put new joysticks on it. Again, I didn't really test it, but, maybe ARCADE1UP might be getting their act straight. I don't know. Only time is going to tell. Fortunately, I'm going to address this a little bit later. I had some idiots write me comments and that. I don't get into arcade communities, and I'll explain why later, but this is not the video for that. This is about ARCADE1UP. As you can see, I got ARCADE1UPs here. I don't think they're that bad, but they are overpriced. I'm going to tell you that much. And they could put a little bit more better hardware into it. As far as the display goes, yeah, it's not the greatest, but you kind of get used to it, if you know what I mean. You people saw my arcade room. I got them all lined up here. I don't think I'm buying any more ARCADE1UPs because I don't think it's worth the money. If anything, if you look at my videos, I got a Donkey Kong back there, which is purely arcade. I'm going to buy games like that, kind of like countercades this big, and I could just put them on a dresser, or because I really don't need the bases, or just build my own stand. Anyway, as you also saw, there's a good beat 'em up game coming out called Cubites. That's on my shorts. I think that's in about another couple weeks. Tonight comes out a new game for the PlayStation Network. It's an Arcade Archives. I forgot the name of it, but it's on my shorts. So, anyway, without further ado, I got the list right here, what's going to come out by ARCADE1UP. I'm going to tell you people this, and listen up. I'm bringing this stuff out really early, so things could always change, okay? What do I mean by that? It's extremely early. That means they could postpone it. They could, ARCADE1UP could go out of business. They might scrap the plans. Whatever. ARCADE1UP these days is kind of screwed up because of a shake-up. I'm not going to get involved in the shake-up. We just care about the product. That's it. Okay? I think they're going the wrong way. They keep bringing out Pac-Man. People get sick of Pac-Man, no matter how you alter the machines, right? Or how you make it look different or something like that. They need better licenses, new games. And I also tell people that it does not matter what I say or anyone else with these releases. Never ever expect anything until you see it on the shelf. So this is just a heads up, because usually, like I told people, they were supposed to come out with the Killer Instinct countercade. I had a guy, oh, well, you said it's coming out on that. I says, yes, I did, but go look at the video. I clearly said Never expect anything till you see it in the store shelves. Things change. Okay, the iArcade was doing great. Supposedly a CEO or somebody was stealing money and they went out of business. iArcade is a really great machine. Stuff like that happens. The wrestling game, techno wrestling, I think it's called, like the WWF style, that was postponed for 2 years. I was the first to report that Grand Theft Auto 6 was coming out in May. They postponed it for whatever reason, okay? Things do happen. This is kind of like saying, hey, the storm's coming. The storm could always go the other way, okay? So, without further ado, I'm going to give you the games before I forget. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Wrath of the Mutants. That could be one of the arcade games. And before I also forget, people, the ARCADE1UP. I don't know what style they're going to bring it in. I don't know if these are going to be countercades, tabletop, or cocktail top arcades, countercades, or regular arcades. I don't know. I don't know what the arcade cabinet's going to look like or what games are going to put on it. But one of them is the Turtles, the Wrath of the Mutants. It's actually made by Nickelodeon, maybe slash Konami. That's the other thing, because licenses like to buy each other, it gets all screwed up. Remember years ago on Xbox and PlayStation, they had X-Men, a 6-man player. Disney bought it. Well, the people that already bought the game get to keep it, but they took the app off. Sometimes it's like banks. Banks come in and buy each other all the time. Cell phones, technologies, wireless and stuff always buy each other out. So the licensing gets hard. It's not easy. The other things we got is we got more Tag 2 games coming out. Something like this I just bought. You know, you got, I think, the Space Invaders. You got the let's see what games they have on Tag 2. This is just an example. I got the notes on my phone. You got like Darius supposed to come out, Metal Black, Legend of Cage. You know, a lot of these Tag 2 games, some fighting games, Gun Frontier, Solidarity Fighter, stuff like that. So right now, let's go through my notes. I'm going to tell you what they're going to come out with, or could come out with, should be the word. And my notes are severely screwed up, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, let me see what we got, because I've been really busy here. So expect a big buck hunter out, some type of, like I said this a while back, it's going to be like a bigger arcade where you can have Terminator on it and stuff like that. They could be coming out with Cruisin' Blast and Guitar Hero. Let me check my other notes here, because like I said, I did not organize it very well. They could be coming out with the NBA Superstars. Okay, that's the new game that just came out. I think they're coming out with the NBA Superstars on PlayStation and stuff like that too. So you can look for those games. Let's see. Looks like they're coming out with maybe House of the Dead. I can't see this one. I don't know the name of that. Wow. Okay, that's Dungeons and Minecraft. Like I said, I don't know how they're going to group these together. So that's one. We go through the Tag 2 Legends. You got like I think some Space Invaders, which they already made. Am I correct? You got I think it's Bobble Legend, or not? That's not Legends. Elevator Action 2. Okay, it's called Puzzle Bobble, and I think it's Bobble. They got some other stuff on here. a lot more Tay2 games coming out. I think the only one they had was Space Invaders. Did they make that yet for ARCADE1UP? I don't remember. Maybe they did. Maybe it's just for Countercade. I don't know. Um, let's see what else they got here. Like I said, my notes are very messy right now. Let's see. I think. Okay. I don't know what that is. Can't read it. Okay, they're coming out with, let me see this for a minute. Okay, they're coming out with a lot of Sega games. Sonic the Hedgehog, House of the Dead, 1, 2, 3, 4, all of them, or some of them I don't know. I gotta see what else they got. Okay, they're coming out with Golden Tee. I don't think they have that for ARCADE1UP yet, do they? I don't know. I don't think so. I haven't done ARCADE1UP in a long time. So it looks like they're coming out with Golden Tee. I'm not naming every single game. I'm just going to name the important ones. Let me see what else they got here. Let me look to this one here. They got, I don't even know what that one is. My eyes are a little bit burned out. Like I said, I gotta go through my notes because they're all mixed in. Okay, I said this a while back. I think 4 years ago, if you look at my thing. When you go to the bar, especially bars, there's a game that sits on a counter and you use your finger to play puzzle games and that. They're coming out with that. I said that 4 or 5 years ago. Okay, it looks like they're now planning on bringing that out. If you ever go to a bar, it sits on the bar table, no joystick or nothing. It's just you use your finger. I don't know what you call that. Looks like they're coming out with like Connect 4, Monopoly, some different type of Monopoly, Life. That might be, I think, for the Xfinity table, I believe it's called. Am I right? Batman. The game and board game. You got Trouble. I'm just naming a few. I'm not going through every damn thing. So I think that's it with that. The interesting one again. They're coming out with the they're coming out with the new pinball machine. I don't know what's gonna be on it. Let me look here. What could be on it? Let me see. I think it's a Castle Storm pinball, some type of game. Ghostbusters. I'm just naming a few here. A Bullwinkle pinball. Is there a Bullwinkle pinball? I don't know. They're coming out with a couple pinball machines. Is what it looks like. Looks like another Star Wars. They're coming out with some pinball machines. That's what that looks like. I already talked about going to. Like I said, my notes are completely messy right now. Let me see what this one is. Okay. A lot of Tay2 games coming out. I'm not going to name every one. Okay, I did talk about Guitar Hero and stuff like that. Sega, did I talk about that? Yeah, I did. Sonic the Hedgehog. Then you got, I think it's Toe Jam and Earl, if I remember. Let me look at this. Hold on a minute. Let me try to find this. Like I said, ARCADE1UP, as I'm trying to find this. And I also told people too about Bankruptcy. There was 2 clowns last year that said something about they were filing bankruptcy. I made a video saying bankruptcy is a rough indicator if you're going out of business or not. There's been companies, and I explained this with Chuck E. Cheese if you look on there. Chuck E. Cheese filed bankruptcy twice. They're still in business, okay? That just means a lot of things. Bad management, you're not getting the money in. Could be tariffs, taxes, or whatever. According to the internet, Trump filed for 4 bankruptcies. He's still in business. It just pretty much means you can't afford your debt and they wipe it all off. That's people. That's going to happen because life is not perfect. Okay. Um. So ARCADE1UP is still in business. Um. Are they doing a great job in that? I don't know. They're going to have to do something to do better. They came out with some new arcade machines, like 12 games. Like I said, they need new licenses and totally new cabinets and totally new games. So let me see if I can find this one note. They're supposed to come out with a lot of Sega games. Let me see for a minute. Okay, they got some kiddie games coming out. My Little Pony, Rainbow Bright. Okay, I don't care about that stuff. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They might be making, like I said, this game, Wrath of the Mutants, along with Turtles in Time and the regular Turtles, which I got back there. They're coming out with some Disney games. Okay, that's usually your Marvel, your Aladdin. Okay, they got Tron. I think Tron's Disney. I don't know why, but they're supposed to be coming out with, I think it's called WrestleMania. That is part of, what is that? Part of Midway, I think. Where's my NBA game? I think that's part of Midway. I said this a couple years ago. They're going to combine NBA, WrestleFest. I think it's called Open Ice and that into one arcade. They're supposed to come out with Open Ice. And as I also said, if you look at my thing, the 4 players, they're making them 2 now, which they did. Just one of them's NBA. They're supposed to be doing the same thing with Turtles and some other ones. Because there's no sense of having 4 players only. That's really not a good seller. And you can't fit 4 people in the arcade. They could be coming out with Mortal Kombat 4. Like I said, it's a license mess up. Mortal Kombat, if I'm right, I think Mortal Kombat 4 and above is now owned by Warner. Okay, I think Williams sold that to Warner. Mortal Kombat 3 and under, Williams still owns it. I could be wrong about that. They could be coming out with Mortal Kombat 4 and above. So, like I said, these looks like they're coming out with some more Star Wars games. Atari, I'm not going over that. That ain't nothing special. I think that's about it. Maybe some more Capcom games. I think they're supposed to come out with, with Mega Man, the Power Battle. Oh, tired, excuse me. So, anyway, let's see if anyone's got any questions here. I've been really tired, so. Cool, Mass. Have a great rest of your day. It's 2:37 a.m. for me, so good night. Yep. LOL, good night. Okay, not too many people on here, which is expected because it is dark out. You can see I'm getting a little bit fat here. I'm eating a little bit too much. What I used to do when I weight lift is I get a little bit of a stomach on me, which I like, and then I burn it off, and that it's just getting harder as I'm getting older. So let me see what else we got here. Any more questions? I think that's about it. Yeah, you could see, I think that machine in the white, I think that's Take-Two. I think that's Quicks. They might be coming out with that too. Like I said, this is all just a heads up thing, okay? So I think that's about it. I think, let's see what else. Yeah, nothing else going on. My channel's actually doing really wonderful. Just takes a while to get up there. So anyway, I just put a couple graves on there. Just been really busy, guys. There's some interesting graves over in South Dakota that I did. It's like a really beautiful graveyard with the church. I think I got the live down, but I'll put it up again later. There was a lot of tragedies in there. Um, the worst part is Texas is over flooded right now. Last time I checked, I think it's 130 people found dead, 160 still missing. That's a lot of people, dude. I could be doing that grave in a couple years, but a little history. I think that happened back in 1987 as well, where there was a flash flood and that happened. So that's a pretty bad event for Texas. It's pretty scary too, because we have flash floods down here in Battle Creek, and it's not fun. It also happened in Chicago, Toledo, Detroit. I think what the problem is, it's not so much how fast the water comes down. I think it just doesn't have a quick enough place to leave, so, or flow. But yeah, Texas is pretty scary right now. Carolinas, I think, are getting hit with the hurricane. One of my videos, oh, should be coming out soon, is my trip to the Overland. My plan during that time, which is about a year ago in October, was I was going to hit the Overland and then hit the Carolinas, but like I said, things always change. Carolinas got hit with the hurricane. I was supposed to go down there, do graves, and I had to, loop around, come back. So, anyway, with everything said, I'm gonna go ahead and take a shower, get cleaned up, because I gotta leave in the morning here. It's your ARCADE1UP news. And the other thing too, I told people is, which kind of pissed me off, I told people 3 weeks ago in my video, ARCADE1UP is going in the wrong directions. I told people there are new 3/4 arcades coming out from different companies. I was notified this Rexer show or something. What they do is they watch my channel, and then they kind of copy off me, and then they claim they were the first ones, and that's not even true. You gotta be careful who you listen to. And unfortunately, I got some comments on there that I either blocked people or just got rid of them because they're extremely stupid. I pretty much mind my business, do my own thing, but unfortunately, some idiots out of the arcade community wants to chit chat, which is fine, that's the right. But then I had some people come on my channel writing the stupidest comments. They could say what they want, I don't care, write comments, but I just don't have the time for it. My channel is not drama, but I am going to be answering these idiots here pretty soon. With that said, I think I got everything else out the way. Like I said, ARCADE1UP supposed to be building more tattoos. So I got this Switch game not too long ago for my travels. But anyway, other than that, I think I'm gonna log out, people. So everyone have a nice day. Remember, do not expect anything until you see it on the sales floor. With that said, I'm gonna spin you around and you have a good night.